this is part 2 of our images section, and our website's looking pretty good, but the next instructions in Code Avengers are to add some sort of gadget or vehicle to the picture that's associated with our superhero. So I went ahead and I looked up on Google Images, free images. I looked for an image of the Batmobile, because I thought that would be a pretty good ride for her. And the good thing about Google Images is it tells you like the sizes of these. You don't want to go for something that's too big. This is 640 by 480, which means it's about twice the size of the picture of the girl. And I will resize it once I get it into my website. Also, you want to look at the URL that it's not too long either, because if it becomes very long, some of them like have the whole image inside their URL with all the encoding, that's going to make your code over here very, very lengthy. So you want to look for something that has pretty short URL once you find the original image, and make sure you are on the page that only contains the image, or you will be inserting a lot more into your website. But anyway, so we come over here, and I think it's going to be easier for me if I just copy this code, because there's only a few things. I'm putting another image in, and there's only a few things that I need to really change on that. So I open up a new line and just paste that in there. Now, one thing, of course, I have to change is where it's coming from, because we don't want two pictures of her in there. So what I'm going to do is copy this title, and I'm going to come over here between the quotes, and where she is, I'm going to get rid of her and put my car. And so there we go. Also, I might leave, it's longer than she is, so I might change this actually to a width, because she was 300, as we remember, close to there. Let me change the height a little bit. So I might change that to width instead for 300. That's going to probably shrink it so that it's almost the same size as her. And the title is going to have to be something else. So we're going to change this "I'm tough" to "My sweet," bride. Give me that extra H there. Okay. Let's save it. Okay, so let's take a look at it again once I've saved it. And there's our car. It's almost exactly the same width. It is the same width. So that's looking pretty good. So after this image, we're just going to put some text that explains what it is. This is my sweet bride. Exclamation point, maybe. Now you notice when I save it and I display it, it is exactly where it should be, because when you put your images in, that actually kind of assumes that you're opening up a line break, so it will put them on the next available space. So you don't really need to worry about putting paragraph tags or line breaks in there. The last thing we need to do here, and this is something that is recommended by that group that you remember is the W3C, is that every image must have an alt, it's called an alternate or alt tag, which also doesn't display, but it does two very useful things. First of all, for people that may be using the internet but cannot see it, actually they use a text reader, and when you mouse over the image, it will, or read the page, it will give you the text that's in that alt tag. Also, Google, which has no eyes either, uses those alt tags when it gathers information about your page. So if you have some important information inside your images, you better make sure that you have an alt tag, or Google will not even find it. So we're going to do that, and as you know, it's one of the attributes. So we'll put it after the last one we did here on CyberGirl. Okay, and it's in yellow in this code editor. And we put our equal sign in our quotes, and we're just going to call her Cyber Girl. That's all really you have to put. And of course we need another quote. And on this one we're just going to put the alt tag of, I could put the alt tag anywhere I want. I could actually put it right here, because in your images it really doesn't matter in what order all these attributes, I called it a tag but it's really an attribute, where all these attributes actually go. So they can go in any sort of order at all. They just need to be correctly, the correct syntax needs to be in there. So Batmobile. Okay, so like I said, it's not going to change anything. I'll save it. It's not going to change anything on the page, hopefully, unless I made a mistake, which it doesn't look like from the code that I did. But it just gives Google and people that are visually impaired a way to know what's inside your images.